Uno Knight, and I'm back with another character guide. This time we'll be talking about tank units because, well, it's about time we give them some love because they are one of the most important units in the game, right? So this time we'll be talking about Chloe. Chloe's actually one of those tank units that scale later on in the game, and the fact that she's a free-to-play unit just makes it like, 10 times better. Starting from this guide, I'll start providing more information, like with less words, hopefully. Right, so straight into her base attack comparisons, we'll be using Origin plus 5, level 240, standard stuff. Her attack doesn't really matter because none of her skills scale up her attack, right? But for comparison, her attack's just, a bit above half of Ayama's like max attack, right? So again, nothing crazy, but we don't care about that because we're not gonna use her for attack. Now I want to say her defense is crazy, but it's actually just standard for a tank, 35k pushing. The rest of her stats, such as HP, are again just average tank-wise, pushing 700k. Her evasion is actually highest amongst the tank class, only slightly higher than Claire's, but slightly above average as a unit. Now for comparison, we'll look at the other tanks' evasion. So here, Petra 4, we have Suni again at 4, and Adrian all at 4. But the only one that comes close is Claire 10. Right? So, Chloe. Let's just give her Ultra Instinct like Lindsay with that 11 evasion. Oh, hell no. But it is a nice added bonus RNG. It isn't anything game breaking either, but still a nice bonus for Claire and Chloe, who are among the best. Well, I mean, they're not. They're like the best tanks in the game, along with Adrian, right? Last thing would be her physical and resistance, which I'm happy they gave her 5%, man, since Adrian doesn't have it. All the other tanks have it, there was just Adrian that doesn't, so it kind of sucks. So this also pairs well with their passive, so I guess it's about time we start talking about her skills. Honestly, her skill names are okay, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So obviously we'll ignore the ultimate because you're never going to use that, right? Her ultimate range is like terrible and you're not going to hit anything, to be honest, so let's not bother. Starting off with her active, Leap of Perseus. Scales over defense, which we love to see, and knocks them down. Nothing crazy, but if you pay attention to the enemy mana gauge, well, you could potentially time this to delay it a bit, which is good because most of the time should interfere with the skills of tanks such as Petra, which, oh my god, man, it's so annoying to deal with. Now, the most interesting mechanic she has in her kit is her first sub skill, which she uses in the first few turns of the battle, where she taunts all enemies and increases her defense to help her sustain the incoming damage as a result of the taunt. Now, this is actually the best taunt in the game because it is not skill activated like Suni's, and works well with her passive. Now, you can't taunt Jacqueline with this at the start of the game. Later on you can, but then like at the start you can't because Jacqueline has this like temporary taunt immunity, which we'll show actually. We'll show the cons of this, right? Now, Dragon Punch is just a budget Shoryuken, and well, the least interesting skill, but actually has its use since it prevents Chloe's target from moving in the same turn, right? It actually has priority in that turn, right? So, assuming they're not immune to it, it actually knocks them up. So it's a really interesting mechanic that, well, has its use. So we'll take that. Now we're getting to the good part. This passive is the core of Chloe's kit, right? Her artifact actually makes it a lot stronger. We'll get into that. Indomitable Will is well, it's a really funny skill name for a masochist to have, but pretty accurate. I guess Chloe's just like the Eversoul version of Piper Perry since she's blonde and handles 5 guys at a time. Yeah, this skill is crazy since you'll proc this passive almost instantly. See this 35% or less, which in these big deficits, yeah, it's just gonna happen. So at level 3, 50% double resistance, which is crazy, man. 7 turns, you're basically just getting another life bar, right? She's basically like that boss character that you don't like fighting. So the only bad part is that, yeah, it only lasts 7 turns, but apart from that, yeah, that's crazy. But you thought that was crazy enough, yeah? Nah, let's get into Chloe's artifact. So this buffs her already busted like passive. So apart from getting a heal, which helps her sustain, try to recoup that lost HP from getting like smoked by 5 people, right? This thing is nuts. It adds a shield on top of that, which scales over her max HP, which as a tank is a lot, right? And even at mine, 162k, like 10% of 162k is still 16,000, right? It's gonna tank a couple hits, and will last 7 turns. The only downside is that this alongside the magic resist only lasts for like 7 turns. Sorry, double resistance, right? So let's just talk about her attribute. Fairy, as we all know, is like completely stacked with the best units such as like Talia, Naya, Vivian, right? All among the best in their respective roles, and Chloe's part of it. Is she the best tank? No. Again, situational, right? So it depends on who you're fighting, right? So this just makes her even better because Fairy Gate's already stacked, and you'll almost always have resonance because characters such as Talia, Naya, and Vivian are going to be on your team already, right? So it's absolutely bonkers. So for synergies, her taunt makes her really useful in like most teams, right? You'll probably be confused why a lot of players put her in the backline. Actually, let me show you. I think I have her in my backline right now. So one of those reasons is that it gives her time to walk around to the middle of the map, like something like this, right? Or here. That was terrible demonstration. I'll show it in a bit. So it gives her around time to walk around to the middle of the map and taunt a lot of the units to her and like clump them up together. This is especially useful since a lot of units' abilities are like, you know, they are based off a circle. So piling them up here like works like great, you know, such as like I am is active. Like the thing is really annoying to like aim. So having them clumped together is really good. There are also beams like Mephis and Vivienne that rely a lot on positioning RNG, right? Because it's a straight line. It's thick, but then not thick enough, right? That's what she said, right? So Chloe just lowers that RNG by clumping them around her. So it's good. That's good. So apart from that, she also pairs well with the Jacqueline, since after she becomes untargetable, she becomes vulnerable, right? And Chloe taunts them after this, giving Jacqueline time to assassinate the backline. So yeah, a lot of characters like pair really well with Jacqueline. Yeah, Talia pairs well with her as well, since you know healing over time and defense boost works well with her. Prim is okay, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, Prim's okay. Clara could mess up the positioning, I think. Yeah, because of that knockback. I think it's getting nerfed though. But she does have this like team-wide 20% buff to defense, which you know we'll take as a tank, right? All right, let's try to showcase Chloe. Now this isn't really the best team, but I just want to show her in action. So we have Jacqueline here. She's gonna target Chloe in this case. So actually, let me just show you her taunt not working, right? Perfect demonstration. So let me just slow it down. We'll just wait for her taunt to activate. There, bring it on. See, everyone gets taunted except for Jacqueline over there. So my message is gonna get absolutely clapped. So I don't want to see that. Okay. Now let's do a proper showcase. Alright, let's just check first which units we could actually place in there with Chloe. So again, Fairy, Vivienne. Crazy art, I love it. But we probably won't use that. Let me just check. Alright, I just made sure that I had keepsakes on her because it would be peak otherwise, right? Actually, I'm not gonna use Vivienne. She's like at epic right now. She's just gonna deal. She's gonna tickle the enemy, right? We're not gonna do that. Let's see if we can clear it with this. For obvious reasons, we are not gonna use her, you know, ultimate, right? Because why would I do that? I have Talia and Mephi. I would never do that. So perfect. There we go. Everyone's just bunched up together. I actually should have used Vivienne to show it. Alright. So she has the double resistance. You see the amount of buffs in her right now. That's crazy. So there. We have plus 35%. Shit, why does it say it's from? Whatever, man. We already saw it. She already had the resistance increase. She's already healed and everything. So we'll just skim through it. You see her that she also pairs really well with Catherine, with that invulnerability. Now I just have Claire here as well because I'm not sure this team is gonna work. So. There we go. Pretty much everyone got hit except Jacqueline, which is really good. Otherwise, Mephi would just like hit the air as usual. Oh, this is taking time. Alright, let's just talk about it more, right? So, honestly, Gio's banner is coming tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I should like release Jiho's character guide right away in Geo, because I'll probably have her like Epic Plus right away. Sorry, not Epic Plus, like Legendary Plus right away. But I don't know. I really want to release Naya's video soon, but we'll see how it goes. Because honestly, I think Naya pairs really well with Jiho. And I'm more curious about Jiho because, like, you know, she's my favorite design-wise, along with Catherine. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, back into Chloe's thing. So you can see here, she's not dying, which is what we want to see in a tank. So overall, really good gameplay. You can see here there are only 2 fairies this time, and she pairs well even without the best characters. Well, not the best characters, but among the best characters such as Naya and Vivian, doing really well regardless. Taunt is doing wonders for us right now. The print is being very annoying. Alright, we don't talk about that. You get the point. Chloe's good, it's the tank. Pretty much kept my whole team alive even though we had like, I think it was a 50k deficit. Let me just double check. Well, anyways, I'm not even gonna double check. Right, so just final thoughts. Chloe's just, you know, one of those versatile units that you'll be using a lot, man. There's a good and a bad thing that she's fairy because of the residence. But you know, what this means is that, yeah, you may want to use your fairy fodder elsewhere. Just because, you know, we have so limited, like, fodder for, well, everything. So, I don't know if they're going to add a feature for that or, like, they're expecting you to get it over time, but you will. So, yeah, just relax because, you know, this game's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, final thought, I guess, is that, you know, the game designers did really well with her. And Snack is one of the most useful ones, roles, and Chloe's just really fun to play with. So, yeah, I'll be posting more character breakdown soon because, you know, like I said, I do the thinking, so you can do the playing. See ya.